Nothing disrespectful.
No,
That's
no,
just,
no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to know for my listeners and for the listeners, how long you been doing this? Because some people may not know how long you've been producing like in the game. You know, that music.
I mean, kind of, I don't even know, man. I get asked this question a lot, too. But a few years, man, just put it that way. I mean, honestly, before I even was doing, like, rap and all of that, I was doing, like, jingles and stuff like that, a couple of songs, for...
You know what, it seems the type to have, like, the radio. Did you do any, like, radio? Huh?
I tried to play around when I went overseas, though, that was in Belgium and all that. We started on radio, so
how's like using producing, your big, how traveling with, using, like, doing something you really didn't care about?
Oh, great. I wouldn't say nothing.
Do you have a particular place for I know, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, Windsor,
Windsor is like really not playing fair. They're like really on the top of the list, really, and not playing fair. But I mean,
you can have another spot. So if I like in a couple weeks I call you and like your number shows in your area code 519, that means like you might have just like, are you planning to move here? When you have Vinny around the corner, Tuesday's gonna come and he might say, yo, I don't got nothing to do. I'm like, just here. What makes you want to make a beat, or what makes you want to produce? Like, is there any like specific things, like specific things that makes you want to jump into the lab and just create magic?
I don't know. It's like my mind. I just totally just run off of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's like different type of vibe. It's really, I don't really have like a set regimen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to make it beat. As soon as I sit down, once I start playing, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's over.
Is it like you find yourself hungrier too when maybe you hear another producer's, beat for an artist, and then you're like, okay, I need to go in the lab. That influenced me, like.
Definitely, all the time.
Any specific one lately?
I would say everything, man. I mean, even just being here, just in, you know what I'm saying? Just in the whole surrounding, listening to the music, I'm like, yeah, I gotta lock in. Even though I can lock in, but it's, when you just get in your own.
Well, yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, because I kind of use kind of a different setup. I already know it's going to be crazy.
It kind of goes hand in hand, because I find myself, I'll turn on, I'll go to a website and maybe another radio personality or another radio broadcaster is doing an interview, and I see something like I like about that, and just gets me hungrier. Like, dude, I need to get on my game. I need to maybe do something better. It's similar. It goes hand in hand. Do you have any specific producer, even right now or in the past, that really influenced you to get into the game?
Yeah. I mean, first and foremost, definitely had to be my family. I mean, because David DMX, he did a lot of records with like Run DMC and Vinny. I mean, Smoothie D, like a lot of the old school, like even before sampling was started, he was playing on a lot of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I always seen that, because when we was little, and we had barbecues and we go to Queens, there was always some type of rapper there, because he was always doing something. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and I seen him, I was like, these guys be right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is serious, but it was nothing to them, because we was all chilling, and every time we went over there, we seen somebody. So when I seen that, I took a liking to it, and we was downstairs, because he had a crazy studio down there, and I was on the drums, and the first joint was like the Juicy, the one that Biggie used, and we was just like, you know what I'm saying, like the original song, but I was just playing the beat. Ever since then, it was over, because I left that day with he gave me his drum machine, the first one he ever had, the DMX, because that's what he named himself after, you know what I'm saying, the old man. So I took that, you couldn't sample too crazy on it, then I got the S12 on it. And that was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Then I went to the MP, and I went to the ASR, and it just kept You know what I'm saying? After that, it was over.
Have you, if you know, for up and coming producers, do you have any tips maybe for them, you know, maybe technically wise, or maybe even just like business savvy, or like any tips you could share with up and coming producers?
Well, tech wise, I can't really say that, because if you making it happen with whatever you using, Logic, Reason, what's XT? I mean, whatever you using, like if it's making a banger, make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, keep doing what you're doing tech wise. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I just keep telling you still gotta stay.
Yeah.
You know, stay with the times. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because you can get lost in that. Like, yo, I ain't trying to do that. That's not real hip hop. But you gotta incorporate that into the real hip hop nowadays.
Yeah.
Because it's just a certain sound thing. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about when they say hip hop? Like,
That's negative.
The
only ones.
I was like to ask that question because, you know, it's always, even though, you know, I said that a while back, I still think like people feel, you know, you might just, even like around you,
They don't know
might,
he's recording in this studio.
they don't.
But see,
They don't know
I
they
mean,
got super team coming. Like, this is monstrous.
but besides that, it's like it's a whole world, like a whole civilization of hip hop. Like, you know what I'm saying? That how is it dead? Just because you might not feel relevant, and I'm not taking no shots at nobody, but that's kind of offensive to me saying that, because it's like, just because you're not becoming too relevant in the game no more, and people ain't really listening to your music, and you're not selling as much records, who gives you the right to say that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which you prove not, I mean, which we prove you different, because like I said, there's still been records selling, and everything been hip hop, whether they like it or not, whether they can say it's pop, but it's still based, everything is still based off of hip hop.
And like that, like you said, like no disrespect, no taking shots. It was just like, you know, it was just a question, because I don't even base it off the artist saying it. I just like to ask that question because, you know, you hear it in debates, you know, with listeners too.
But see, the artistry, not to cut you off, the artistry is dead. You know what I'm saying? Meaning the artistry in the industry is dead. That it's not about, we're not going to develop you no more.
Yeah.
We're not going to do, we don't care about how nice, what lyrics you got, who you scored in the battle. We don't care about that. You're compared to a bottle of Febreze on the shelf at Target. If you can't outsell that Febreze, you're not making no money.
So do you think now it's the game's changed?
Yeah.
More household. Back in the day was, you know, I noticed like I'm a young cat, but I just noticed like back in the day was more like a lot of them were looking at like a talent, like your
more
talent.
sales back then.
Yeah, like
Right,
do you know what I mean? Your
the internet
talent.
got things mixed up.
Now, which leads to my next question, which leads to now you see no disrespecting on anybody's you know, skill, but you see there's not, he might not be better than this guy, but he knows how to market himself better, and it's just, you see the YouTube independently and he'll make more money. Do you think the game's changed with the internet
It
and
also
YouTube?
could be that person got a bigger budget too, you know? Right now money talks mostly.
Yeah.
You gotta pay to get marketed. Don't get no free marketing anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, I sat with a couple of like a couple of like real jazz, like, you know what I'm saying, composers, like, you know what I'm saying, like Najee, Allen Gums, and we sat in my basement in the studio, and I really expressed it to him, like, yo, tell me what's the game. He was like, ain't nothing changed. He's like, you gotta move with the times, meaning music. So everything right now is quick and fast. Our phones, we can do everything quick. We want something we can plug and go.
Yeah.
We don't want to sit there for hours figuring out. So it's the same thing now in the club. They don't want to figure out if I want to get up and dance.
Yeah.
I got a pretty young lady in front of me, nice body. Do I want to think about, man, how fucked up society, pardon my language, how messed up society is right now, and I got a drink in my hand and abroad? There's a time and place for that. You know what I'm saying? And that's industry and the, you know, artistry and the street part of it. And the industry, too bad to say it, is about plug and play. It's music for dummies. You gotta, and even as a producer, nowadays for you to really get major placements, you gotta bring the beat in with a hook.
Do you think with the internet, with the YouTube, it's now more based off, like you said, plug and play, the internet, and less off record companies? It's more what you could do, because you see a lot of independent artists, you know, for example, Soulja Boy, who really didn't use the old school way. Oh, a record company come find you and you're making. It's just he kind of went on YouTube, did his thing, and just got that.
Oh yeah, I'm all for that. I'm all, and I'm glad. It graduated to that because it really kept a lot of, you know, being in that little handful, that little circle. It's like you can do whatever you want now. I can put my own albums out. I can promote myself on YouTube and get as many things, and then go and get my own deal. Like y'all gotta come to me now.
Is that hinting you want to make an album? No, I'm just trying to get an exclusive drop to see.
The Light Skin Lightning album coming soon. It is coming soon, though. Light Skin Lightning album. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on the Penthouse Boys, everything's coming real quick. I'm dead serious, you know what I'm saying? So that is coming. I don't really let out too much stuff, but I'm just more on the production side.
But going back to,
plus I'm working on him possibly getting Lie on his album.
Lie's dope.
Lie's already on that.
Has he become like a favorite artist you like to work with already?
Yeah, because even just by his whole vibe and his personality, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a pleasure to work with.
And that's I could say probably, that's important. Personality. By the way, live young every day.
Support, man. Buy one, man. You see him selling them in the club. You got
and Vinny
support,
says it,
man.
buy
you know
it. It's Vinny. It's certified by Vinny. You can't get them at your local Habib shop.
And his album.
I'll go Habib.
Lie's album, Losing Ain't an Option, is on iTunes.
And check out the album. Lie just dropped the album, and we just had the Tupac. And you just had the Tupac's back show, so that was big for Windsor, and
huge for Windsor.
Huge. And Vinny was up there hosting. I like the hosting job. I was hosting something yesterday. I tried to get my Vinny on, but it was more of a comedy, and I got confused. They thought I was a comedian up there. I was like, oh wow.
Nah, I was laughing. You did say a few funny things.
I'm sticking to the radio personality, And there's another question I want to ask you. Going back to the Nas thing, because that's one of my favorite artists, and going back to his Illmatic, the album, which is a classic. And I always thought about this. He had the producers. He had a bunch of producers. If you could join on a team like that, like what producers would you have in a studio? Because you know what I'm talking about when he had P-Rock, DJ Premier on a project. If you had that chance, who would be the producers that would be in the studio with you making that project?
Now, that's good that you said that, because all the producers on that album is my favorite. Because they're like one of my favorites. So everybody that was on that lineup on the Nas album, definitely I would have in the studio, because it was, you had Cloutier, P-Rock, you know what I'm saying? Who else was on it? Cloutier, P-Rock,
Large Professor,
DJ Premier, Large Professor, you know what I'm saying? I think you had LES,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These guys, back then, it was like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Then I would throw Marley Marl in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's so many. I would just throw whoever was really. I like everybody, man. I'm not really biased. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Just Blaze. Of course, like Wonder.
Do you have a specific DJ Premier beat you like, or a song that he produced or he made? I love Premier. Like, Premier is one of my.